How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another Bitcoin. I'm going to bring your attention to an update that I brought to you on the 1st of May, where we actually called the bottom and gave a potential path. And what we were explaining with this image is that when Bitcoin reclaims 59,000, as it's a lost low right here, lower lows, we came and met this targeted area, which then naturally brings a bounce, because these are the rules of the Fibonacci's. If you want me to teach you that, check out my ebook, the Discord, or one-to-one mentorship. All the links are down below. But let's just stay on top of the update. Now, when you reclaim 59k from one of the bottoming out locations, you're basically invalidating potential downside, because if it's a low that we lost, by reclaiming it, you're no longer bearish as long as you can maintain 59k. So that's what we were saying all the way back on the 1st of May, right down here on this candle, the actual lowest candle. And we needed to also reclaim the moving averages as well as the golden pocket, and then 65k. And once that's done, we are bullish again. But the main pointer is the reclaim of 59k and holding it. And then a few days later, I made another Bitcoin update saying the bottom is in, and then it will continue to be in. We will make a new all-time high as long as 59k holds. And this is what we were saying anyways. So let's now take you over to the Bitcoin chart currently. I've cleared it up a little bit. So I've marked out where we actually bottomed, which was that exact day, the 1st of May. And of course, the following days, we reclaimed that level. Now, we did run into the EMAs as resistance. And of course, if the bears are truly in power, and if we get rid of these supports so you can see a bit clearer, if the bears were truly here, we would have just continued rolling over beyond this low to the final bottoming out target. Remember, there's two areas that I showed, this being the first, this being the second. So there was actually a lot of confluence, we would call it, down at the 200 EMA. But remember, I've said this multiple times for years now, for years on the channel. You do not need to go to the 200 EMA. You're looking for bottoming out structures, bottoming out clues in and around this area, or slightly above this area, or exactly on it. Honestly, the optimal entry point you ever find on the daily time frame on your altcoins will be down here on the 200 EMA. But don't forget that I just said you do not have to actually go ahead and visit it. And this is what we were saying in that update. If this chart wants to now load, yeah, there you go. And yeah, again, we did not have to go down there. By losing 59k and reclaiming it, this is now the support once again. And I also like to mark where we just came from, and then you can draw a box between the two if you want, just like that. So it's showing you the supports that I draw, by the way, are just the lowest points of the actual range, not the closest supports, because you'd say there's support here, drag it back. This is this inverse head and shoulders that we were talking about all the way since down here. As this was a potential bottoming out location that we predicted, well, if we're reclaiming 59k, and this is where we previously found support, then it makes sense to find support once more in that same location. And that reclaim and confirmation of that as support creates the right shoulder, and there's your inverse head and shoulders. And we, of course, were predicting for it to break to the upside because our bias came from the loss of 59k and the reclaim. So regardless of running into the moving averages, which would actually suggest lower, because we are in the bull market, because we're seeing bullish indications around the 200 EMA, which is, of course, actually a first step being bearish, but then reclaiming it is no longer bearish. And so the only other way that it is bullish. And then we see the triple bottom or inverse head and shoulders, the break of the moving averages, which were resistance that was meant to send us lower, but it did not. So by reclaiming that area, it's a huge bullish indication that we're going to go ahead and break this all-time high. Please go ahead and follow along with my Twitter updates, because I've been keeping you up to date there daily in recent weeks. So yeah, go and check it out. The links are down below. It's Louis_crypto. I also spoke about that post over here, which I just showed you in the video, and another one over here. So go and check it out. Just mentioned all my top RWA coins over on the Twitter, and I will be making content on them either today or in the following days. Check out the market caps, guys. As you can see, 100 to 1000x potential over there. But let's continue on with the Bitcoin update. Remember, we just said these indications that happen down here and the breakout of this bullish pattern is an indication that we will go ahead and break this high. So first of all, we need to see how this correction played out. And I'm just going to mark through each of the moves. And there you go. So you can see it. There was like an A, B, C of some sort. But the point is that I'm trying to get at is we had two dips pretty much within the one main one, here and here. So after completing this dump, we are working our way back up to that high. So I'm going to have to place a fib on this dump. And this is going to be more accurate with what's going on in the immediate short term. But if we want to get some potentially longer term targets, then we need to put our fib from this high, not to this low, but all the way to that low right there. So we're going to have two sets of fibs. But as we're coming up in the short term right now to this one, I'm more interested in this fib once this is broken, or once the golden pocket is broken around this area, then we can move this, the one fib from here to over there pretty much. Let's now just delete all of that and I'll show you what I mean. So as we're retracing at the moment back to this high, $72,800 on the Bitcoin Binance chart. The reason why I'm on this is because out of all my Bitcoin charts, such as the Bitcoin index chart, this is the clearest one. We will move on to that, don't worry. But as you can see over here, we're currently at a resistance. And what I've mentioned to my Discord community already is, what we were anticipating, is that this is going to be the next level of resistance. And again, placing the fibs once more, you can see that we've got the golden pocket also. So you can create a level between these 2 points and know that this is going to be an expected resistance that we need to break in order to get this bullish continuation. I'm just going to also place a fib from this low to this high to show you the supports. So this is showing a huge area of support right over here, which we were also showing on the channel previously on those charts. This one over here, as well as another one, but I had some gold boxes as well, just to show you that there was so much support within this area. But this is the golden pocket over here, and it's all in line with that 59k support. So as you can see, we didn't actually need to come back down exactly to 59k, but because it was reclaimed, and by staying above it, the bottom is in. And bottom in means that it's bullish. Bullish is another word for uptrend. An uptrend, the explanation of an uptrend is higher highs and higher lows. So of course, you can then zoom into this area, but I'm talking about, when I'm saying higher highs and higher lows, I'm meaning that we will see a higher high beyond this point. We're going to put in a new all-time high because of my prediction from down here that this would be the bottoming out area, that 59k would be reclaimed, and that 59k would need to hold if we want to see bullish breakouts. And where we found resistance on the moving averages, a lot of the larger influencers were calling for a lot lower, saying the top was in. But as you can see by looking at supports over here, it being lost and reclaimed, as well as measuring this move up to where we found resistance on the moving averages, where everyone was anticipating lower, I was confident enough to share my bias in my YouTube updates, in my videos, and of course in my Discord. That I believe the bottom was in. And then the Fibonacci's here measuring this move up is telling us there's a lot of support within this area, but technically this support goes all the way down to here. So this huge area is all support. Okay, guys? And then that's why we've also printed that bullish pattern as well. It was also previous support here. You extend that into the future, and that's exactly where we caught support. It was just showing that we lost it and reclaimed it, and now we broke out of this resistance, the moving averages as well. And so you just go to the next resistance right over here. So it makes sense to stall off for a moment because we haven't been here since the 23rd of April. It's the first time this month that we've got up to this high price point. So, you know, if we get rejection, that's totally fine because there's so much support underneath. It's too hard for the bears. They had their time to shine. They made Bitcoin lose the key support, but it wasn't even strong enough to come down to what we consider the 200 EMA, in other words, the bottom of the daily uptrend. So even if price did continue down to here, we were going up anyways, guys. So the fact that Bitcoin lost the low and then reclaimed it and confirmed its support, then put in a higher high, It's showing you. And if you can't see it, no one can help you. Please, if you haven't already, like, subscribe, comment, and share. I know there's a whole bunch of new faces here, so please do bump up the algorithm. Thanks to all the people that supported this post over on my Twitter. Remember, it's Louis_crypto, and it is linked in the description and pinned comment section below. Look at this, guys. Over 66 likes and 37 comments. That is absolutely incredible. So yeah, go ahead and do your own research on these coins. But look at the market caps. They're definitely 100x coins. In my opinion. Again, nothing is financial advice here. It's just my opinion, my views and thoughts on the market. Now, let's now go ahead and take this Fibonacci into consideration now. Because from this move up and the reclaim and all these bullish factors, which is absolutely incredible, we found a level of resistance. It was a golden pocket from, let me just get that for you, as a golden pocket from this fib right over here. So that's why we extended this line and created an area of resistance between the line and this box. Now go ahead and put this on the Bitcoin index chart. Remember, I've said my Bitcoin index chart is just a bit messy at the moment. I've wanted to use a clearer one today, but the levels will be just slightly different. But you place your fib from there to there, wherever your 618 is, and that wick, you just draw a box between the two, and whatever price that it is saying on your chart, that's what it is. But on the Binance one, it's these prices: $66,142 and $67,232. It will vary from each chart, each Bitcoin chart that you do use. So just confirm with your chart that you're using what those two levels are. Now, placing the fib on this high, and the reason why I'm doing so is because we are retracing. We're coming back after this move down. We are coming back against it and getting back up to it where it shows 1 means that we've retraced 100%. So that's why if we go high, that's actually 127%, 141, 161% against this move down. So while we have now approached it, that's great. It's again resistance. So we do anticipate some short-term struggle at this zone. So the level of support that we need to find is going to again now be above this key level of support. So it's a new level of support that I do need to mark, and it's $60,187. Remember, just go ahead and check on your specific Bitcoin chart what the exact price of that wick is. It will vary from chart to chart. But on this Binance one, $60,187. Now we just need to find support above it. It does. I'm not suggesting it will 100% come down to it. We just are looking for a higher low above this previous higher low, because as you can see from down here, we've put in a higher low, which is higher than the previous, and now a higher high. So the next low needs to be above this point. And the golden pocket here is actually showing you key levels of resistance. So when we came down, and a lot of people were calling for a new low from this point, it does sort of make sense, but it makes more sense if we're in the bear market, because in the bear market, we're coming down, down, down. Every pump we go down, but it's not the same in the bull market. We've got the 200 EMA explaining where we are bullish. On the daily time frame, this is an average of the last 200 days. If price is above this, we are bullish. Any correction above this is a bullish correction. So when the correction is completed, which it does not have to be on here, it can be above. So you're looking for bullish indications, which I showed you. And then here's some more bullish indications, as well as the breakout here and the EMA breakout, and also the golden pocket breakout. These are all bullish indications, which then mean that at these resistances, you're actually not expecting continuation, or not even expecting below this point, because this is the bottom of your daily uptrend. The bottom comes in either at it or above it. So can we spot anything bullish, which was the loss and reclaim of a key level, the formation of an inverse head and shoulders that prints a higher low as well, then us putting in the higher high. We can now see we are above the golden pocket. And with that being the case, we've created the reversal wave. And now that means that we are actually eventually expecting, as long as we hold this new low over here, we're expecting continuation to this next level of resistance within this golden pocket, not golden pocket, within this Fibonacci target range. And that's just telling you that once we do get up there, we're going to chill out again, we're going to stall off again. But once we're through all these key levels, then we're going to pump up again. And the same process will happen here. We'll see a dump once more. So guys, all in all, from this video, what you can take from is that Bitcoin is bullish, the bottom is in. We of course now know that it's this most recent higher low that we now need to protect in order to get back up to the previous all-time high, $74,000. It just depends on what chart you're using. Once again, this is a bit different, but again, we are expecting a new all-time high and then $85,000. We are actually expecting 100,000, but once we break out of this 67k, that's what we're confirming. Confirming it means it will happen. Then yes, we've got another set of fibs confirming that same level, but in the first set of targets. So this is where, as I mentioned already, where we're going to expect a correction from over here. And then after that correction, we're talking about 100k per Bitcoin. Guys, please make sure you support the channel, like, subscribe, comment, and share. We can hit 10k very soon if you go ahead and help me do so. So spread the word. Now, if you want me to actually help mentor you, change your mindset, the psychology behind everything, yeah, going into my psychology and me actually showing you all the cryptos that I own, the percentage split that I have in them, check out the Discord, check out the one-to-one mentorship, or even the ebook. I'm there to help you. We've got over 100 people in the community and we're looking to keep growing. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, like, subscribe, comment, and share, and I'll catch you over in the community. Cheers, everyone.